Hey, welcome to video number 259 of Walker This Way, who's walking the world through the haze. Yeah, I almost stole your line. I stole your thunder.
You are going to walk. Well, you walk the world through the haze of networking also.
I do. I really do. Yes.
You're
a little more clear sometimes, but definitely. Hey, speaking of stealing, I'll try to segue this one. You know how we invite visitors and guests to chapters, right? For a lot of reasons, but really it's, more members in a chapter means more dollars for all members. That's the reason. But visitors and guests also spend money, honey, in chapters if they're asked to, or given the opportunity, I guess.
If they know that they can.
If they know that they can. And my theft thing, although it's not really theft, but if they're not being asked, then the members aren't making the amount of money they could be making.
Oh, I think I see what you're saying. So
yeah,
you've got guests and visitors in the room, but no one ever lets them know that they're welcome to stand and talk, let people know they want to do business. So let me tell you a story. One day I was in Australia and I was sitting in a BNI meeting that was actually being held in Perth. And there was a guy sitting next to me. He was a visitor. And I was actually a visitor to the group too. I was a guest, right? And the guy was really impressed with the meeting. Like he was very impressed with the meeting. And this was a time when we still had paper slips. And he leaned over to me and he said, am I allowed to pass referrals in the chapter? And I said, oh, you want to do business with some of the members? He said, yeah, there's like 6 members I want to do business with. They would be perfect to have relationships with, that I could give business to them. And I'm like, well, you don't have to be a member to do that. You can, when it comes around, and they ask you to say what you liked about the meeting, just say, I also have 7 referrals for people in the group, and you can read their names off.
Right.
I was like, really? And I was like, yeah. He was a general contractor. Right. And so there were all these people in the group. He just knew he could use their services. And he was really excited about it. But no one in that chapter ever told him he could.
Right.
I told him because he asked me, right? And I see that happen a lot. There's another time here in Indiana, I saw a financial planner bring his elderly client because they had lunch together, like they had a brunch, and then he brought her to his lunch BNI meeting. And she passed like 5-6 referrals to the members, but for her own personal use, because she needed work done on her house. And here was a group of people in the community that she could trust and she had the opportunity to meet. Right. So there was all this business was passed in the chapter. So if a president or anyone in the chapter doesn't let the visitors know they're welcome to do business with the members, they miss that opportunity. And I've noticed that's been happening a lot lately. Yeah. Especially when they went online. So I would encourage every chapter, always let your visitors and your guests, always say to them, for our visitors and guests here today, if you saw or heard something in the chapter that makes you want to do business with someone in our chapter, like if you heard something they said and you want to do business with them, when we come around the room during the I have portion, you are welcome to stand up and say, I have a referral. I'd like to talk to Mark Simmons about some business, right? Give them the opportunity to give to you. So I teach visitors are joiners, right? They're both joiners and buyers. So they may or may not join and they may or may not buy always, but they have the opportunity to become a member of the chapter.
Right.
A guest is someone like the financial planner's elderly client. She's not going to join BNI. What would she be doing? Like, she's not going to join BNI, but boy, now she's got everybody's business cards. She's got the newsletter, she's got their contact information, and she had the opportunity to meet them. And then she gave him, because she leaned over and asked the person who invited her, can I give referrals to these people? And he said, yes.
Yeah.
So you are missing on a lot of business. And here's the other thing you're missing and you're not understanding if you're not engaging your guests to do business. Every guest walks out of your group with a story to tell. And that story is, wow, I was in this business group made up of all these local business people, and it was amazing, and I could do business with them, and I got all their cards. And by the way, I know your son just opened a new business. You might want to send him to visit. Right? So they are now carrying word of mouth. And word of mouth, here's the thing about word of mouth marketing. It is either for you or against you, because I've also had visitors say, yeah, I don't want to visit a chapter. I visited one of your local chapters. It was not a good experience, and I'm not interested in visiting again. So it's either working for you or against you. How do you leave your guest feeling that they want to say good things about you and they want to do business with the members, or they're not that really welcome? It was nice to see it going on, but they weren't really that welcome.
Yeah. And, you and I were looking at conversion rates of chapters this morning, and they have like a lot of visitors come through, but no conversion, really.
Yeah, well, we just saw one that just had a 6.9% conversion of their 200 visitors.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They're not converting. And if people don't feel like they are made to feel welcome and we really want you and we want you to do business, they're going to go out and tell your story, and it may not be a good one.
Yeah. And of that 200, 180 of those visitors were like, nah, this isn't for me for various reasons.
And they didn't even give another chapter a second chance. Like, I made my entire decision off this one bad visit I had.
So the title of this video is Give Them the Opportunity to Buy. We know that in the chapters that are successful, around 20% of their total closed business comes from those visitors and guests buying.
Yep.
From their members. There's a line item for it, right? And the way to go about it is at the beginning of the weekly presentation is where you invite your visitors and guests to listen.
Write down notes.
Write it down. Members should be writing it down too, by the way, but you encourage them to write down notes, and later on in the meeting, you're gonna have an opportunity to, pass a referral. So that's first part. And then during the you have them say, if you have a referral, now is the time to say what impressed you most about the meeting. If you have a referral, now's the time you can pass it. There it is.
And
enough to do.
That makes it. And if you're running a slideshow, right? You have a slide should say, for the visitors, this is your opportunity, and it just spells it right out.
Yeah. Have the two slides. The one at the just after the visitors do their weekly presentation, but before the members do. And then at the I have portion is when it happens. It'll change your life. It'll change your chapter.
Invite them to do business with you.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff, Hazel Walker. Any questions? Reach out to your support team. Any ideas for future videos? Reach out to us. We're happy to
put it on YouTube. And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Wow, we need to get to 100,000 subscribers. We're only 99,500 short. So we're close. We're getting there.
One person at a time.
Yes. My great grandchild might be able to see it at some point. All righty. Thank you, Hazel Walker. Till next time.
See you then.
Bye.